I know I shouldn't, but I was scrolling through Twitter, and one of the clips I found was of this comedian I've never heard of, and he was doing stand-up material about Renee Good. If you don't remember, she was murdered by ICE. Murdered for what I would consider no reason to be murdered for, but this guy figured out a way to make jokes about it.
You know, the woman who got shot in the face by ICE, I call her the ICE lady. But she's dead, and, you know, it's a damn shame. Her last name was Good. That's what everybody said when she was shot. She was killed for being a dumb person. The left, liberal, lesbian, Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk. Black people.
Israel values the life of their own citizens more so than the people of Palestine.
So yeah, this guy makes right-wing comedy. And I say right-wing comedy because he deliberately segregates the two political parties in his stand-up. But I also found out that he's a grifter, the main reason being that he's from Toronto, Canada. So if you know who Tom MacDonald is, consider this guy to be the Tom MacDonald of comedy.
The NBA is black.
This guy's been doing stand-up for around 15 to 16 years at this point, and his first right-wing coded video was just complaining about masks and stuff, and that was 4 years ago. So the 12 years before that, no fucking clue what he was doing. He clearly wasn't succeeding, but he pivots over to the right-wing comedy. Boom, he's already on Kill Tony. Buy some tickets from this guy. They're selling like hotcakes.
Like my daughter, she's 3. Not once in 3 years did I worry she was gay.
Now, the reason I bring up him being right-wing has less to do with my own political identity and more with the fact that it's just his identity as a comedian. Like, just looking at these titles, right? Versus Muslims, versus libtards, trans people, lesbian people. So yeah, looking at all these titles, I can only imagine what he says about the war in Iran.
As soon as I saw that they bombed Iran, I was like, fuck. You know how I feel about trans people.
I'm not gonna say this guy's name, I'm just gonna call him Burger Beer because he's like a fucking quarter pounder away from doing a John Panette special. But also, I'm not gonna say this guy's name because obviously I don't want to harass him, I want to follow YouTube guidelines, I think the name Burger Beer is funnier, and also I'm going to call him a denier of the Palestinian genocide. Yeah, there's a few, what do I say, Zionist motifs throughout his comedy.
Can we stop being pussies with, why are they expanding their territory? Because there's fucking people moving there and it's a sick country. Fuck it. And what are the Palestinians doing?
But the first thing I notice is like usually when a stand-up comedian makes a special, it's usually after like a year of work. I'd say the average comedian takes around, 6 months to a year to make a stand-up special. This motherfucker, this guy's last special was 2 weeks ago called Native Land because Canadian. Guess when his special before that was released? A week before. He made an entire stand-up special and then a week later made an entirely new stand-up special. Like, this dude uploads so many fucking comedy specials and it makes me wonder, like, what does he even talk about? So I looked at the special Are You Mad? Just out of curiosity to see what this guy's comedy was.
But you're not supposed to like white people because apparently white people are inherently racist.
This guy's comedy is so formulaic and bare bones that you might as well just watch it with a fucking bingo sheet in your hand. Like, okay, he's Chinese accent, alright, great. White people are oppressed. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Ooh, George Floyd. That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, I just need gay people. I get a bingo.
Where'd the gays get all their rights? From whites.
Like, his favorite minority to make jokes out of is just Chinese people because he could do the accent. To the point that he made an entire Chinese Christmas album.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle all the way.
This is a 20-minute joke where the entire joke is that he does Christmas standards with a Chinese accent. 15 years of stand-up. But it's like, okay, he grifts instead of actually doing comedy, so of course it sucks, alright? But that's not really why I want to talk about him. Anyone can fucking grift. What I like about him so much is his fucking temper. Like, whenever you see a video of a comedian and a heckler, it's usually with the title of, oh, this comedian crushes the heckler, they deal with the heckler, they make the heckler leave. Comedian jerks off heckler, makes them come in their own mouth. And then there's Burger Beer. Whenever someone tries to heckle Burger Beer, there's usually like 5 minutes of failed crowd work from Burger Beer himself before he just decides to kick him out, which for a pro-Israeli comedian, I think that's the funniest joke he's made.
But I'm actually not joking. I will kick you the fuck out because I don't fuck with you at all. I'm sad because I was hoping we'd kick out a Palestinian.
Like, I love these titles of him. Has heckler who has to be kicked out of a show. Birthday boy in Kansas City gets kicked out. Like, how many fucking people has he kicked out of a comedy club? I think my favorite heckler video is one where a Chinese guy throws their drink onto Burger Beer, and in retaliation, Burger Beer, out of sheer anger, just does the Chinese eyes, like, as if that's gonna make him win the argument.
I like you.
Yeah, getting a drink thrown on you, you'd be pissed off. But the fact his way of retaliating is just pulling his eyes back and being like, you're Chinese, you're Chinese. I love that. That's some great material. That's wonderful crowd work. Great crowd work. And I can tell the grift is kind of getting to him because if you look at a video of him making stand-up even 6 months ago, there is a little bit more pep to his step than what he's doing now. I want to show something from like 11 days ago, specifically Loud Black Heckler. By the way, there's not even a black person in this video. They just called it that. Like in just 6 months, you've gotten a guy who could actually like stand and talk into a microphone, and fast forward now, you got a guy leaning on the fucking mic stand trying not to fall over.
She homeschools. You don't homeschool. What do you do with your kids? Send them to some indoctrination camp with that?
There's nothing your audience is going to connect to more than, oh, you send your kids to school? What are you, a fucking idiot? What, sending your kids to have a public education? You don't have time to homeschool them? Really going to connect with the audience.
You're a teacher. Oh, okay. So you're literally the worst type of person known to man. A childless teacher.
Again, just great ethics that's going to connect with your audience. Fuck teachers, fuck education. You're really going to connect people with that. Oh, so your job is to make people learn stuff? Fuck yourself. What's that, lady? Your job's a teacher? Oh, you're the worst person ever. Did you notice there's also the word beer behind me? I'm definitely sober.
Teachers are horrible people. My mother was a fucking teacher. I was lucky that I survived the abortion attempt.
The best material he does is so unintentional because the idea of an anti-woke comedian talking about how their mom thought about aborting them, this transcends stand-up comedy. This is bordering on poetry. I guess he's resorted to clickbaiting or something because his most recent video is fight breaks out in front row. There wasn't even a fight that broke out. All he did was just like try to do some crowd work on people, and then he got so annoyed with them that he kicked them out. They didn't even heckle him.
Oh my God, if all gay guys were like this, we'd be like, fucking Pride Month! Don't make a scene, just get up and go. You're too drunk. Just go, it's fine.
Hey, can you get them out? They're not being funny enough. They're just like enjoying the show. I'm pretty sure the only way you couldn't get kicked out of a show by Burger Beer is if you just did nothing. Like you just sat there and did nothing. Which we do actually have an example of someone doing absolutely nothing when getting picked on by Burger Beer. So in the short Triggered Girl, he's so fucking fat. This human fridge just decides to look at the front row and sees this like woman looking at him and go, "Are you triggered?" You know, he tries to like kind of initiate crowd work, and it's very clear this person is not reciprocating. And any stand-up comedian, I feel like, would just be like, okay, if you're not giving me material, I'm just going to try to crowd work with someone that will. But this guy's ego is so pedantic, he tries his first 1-2 punch. At first he's like, okay, you can speak to me if you want, and then when she doesn't, he tries to pull off like a small talk question, like, hey, do you have any kids? And when she doesn't do that, usually that's when you back out. You say, okay, you're not going to give me anything to work with. Instead, he fucking loses it.
What do you think? Here, this is your moment to speak. What should happen now? If this was your... You're good? Do you have kids? She'll take away our... If she had power, she would take away your rights.
So instead of like actually crowd working, he just uses this person as a way to just make up scenarios in his head. Like the only flaw I can really point out with the heckler is that she's kind of making a face. I think her friend's doing a better job at just being completely stone cold at this guy's comedy.
I love that your friend here is like just trying not to laugh. So...
But that face is all they have to work with. They just constantly zoom in and out of it trying to get some sort of reaction. Like I've seen strongman arguments in stand-up. Of course I have. I've never seen strongman crowd work.
Because this is pretty funny, to be honest. Like, this is pretty entertaining. But you're upset, and she's like, I can't laugh because she wants you to have a good night.
Guys, what I'm doing right now is so funny. It's so entertaining. You could tell because I'm saying that instead of you laughing. You know I did a good job because I'm saying I'm good at my job. I also found out he has a podcast because like every single stand-up comedian does a podcast. It doesn't get a lot of views, and I'm not really surprised it doesn't get a lot. It only gets like 1,000. And it's just like the title of this one is called High School. Like that's it. Just the high school episode, I guess. A bunch of grown men talking about high school. What could go wrong?
You know, you're gay, I'm lesbian, but we want a kid, we want family. Right?
One of the two comments are just saying, is this shadow ban? You know, the idea of no one watching this podcast is so crazy to this guy that only YouTube themselves could be hushing this podcast. I'll look at the most recent episode, the Canada Day recap.
Happy Canada Day to everybody who's maybe celebrating. I don't know if you are, but if you are, Jesus Christ.
There's no like good way to say this. The first thing I thought of when I saw this video is a video of Low-Tax that is almost composed in the exact same way. Low-Tax killed himself, by the way. Even then, I'd still say there was like more life in his eyes than I see from Burger Beer here. There's nothing more entertaining to me in a podcast than watching a guy spend an hour trying to recover from his hangover. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how much gas is left in the tank for someone like Burger Beer.
What's up, everybody? I put out another comedy special.
If he's still doing the grift a year from now, I'll be impressed because I do not see much of a future from him doing this. I feel like someone dumber than him, with way more energy than him, and can intentionally say less syllables than him will come along and replace him. And also the fact this guy kicks out as many people as he does out of comedy clubs and who I think denies the Palestinian genocide, it's an irony too beautiful not to talk about. Well guys, I just looked at the time. I think my lunch break is almost over. I guess I gotta go back to work now. Bye.
80% of the population's killed and 100% of the territory is pretty much annihilated. It's never happened before.
It's only like 50,000 people.